Project Cars might be as famous for its unique but controversial World of Mass Development crowdfunding scheme as it is for its racing pedigree. And after a 5-month delay that pushed the game's release date back to March of this year, we're as curious as anyone to see whether this multi-platform racer could possibly live up to its promise of being the next-gen racing experience that gamers have been desperate for. And then we remembered we're not racing drivers, and also that half of the team don't even have driving licenses. So, armed with a PS4 preview copy of the game and a Thrustmaster T500 RS steering wheel, we've enlisted the help of GameSpot's sister site XCAR and its track-trained drivers to help us find out if Project Cars can compete with the very best racing sims, or if this one's for the arcade nuts only.
I don't play a huge amount of racing games anymore. I used to play a lot more, but I do really enjoy them, and especially in the office we always have an XCAR challenge on a Friday with the Thrustmaster, usually on Gran Turismo 6 actually. We play a lot of that at the moment, so we do sort of appreciate the driving simulator side of video games. It's really difficult racing simulators because really it's so far removed from the actual process of driving a car, because you haven't got the fear, you haven't got the sort of precognition simulators. When you lose it on these games in a corner, you only notice through the visual indication usually, and by that point it's too late. In a real car, when you start to slide, there will be inputs of yaw and you'll be feeling it in the sort of the seat of your pants. Yeah, it's something you feel with your butt basically, and you can't really get that sitting on an office chair at the moment.
I am the cars editor for XCAR.com. We make videos about cars on the internet. I have had a racing training, yeah. I've done my ARDS test, which means I am now licensed to race on a racetrack in Britain in certain series, and then if I do more races I can upgrade that and eventually race in Formula 1 or Le Mans, and that is the plan. In fairness to Project Cars, I've never driven an LMP1 car, so I can't really say for definitive that it handles entirely accurately, but you know what, as they go, there is a sensation of speed, which is great. The braking is, as one would expect from a race car, it's either on or off. No matter how much you feather it, you've got to be really careful with it. Same with the throttle, the tolerances are super tight, which you'd expect from a race car, and it does do that thing where if you decide to be a little bit stupid in a corner and maybe lift off the throttle when you've balanced it, or put a bit too much on, it will spin and you will look like a moron.
Actually, I found it a lot more difficult than Gran Turismo. It was a lot more unpredictable, which I imagine a real LMP1 car would be. That's the most rewarding for us. If it's really difficult to drive, it's sort of a challenge to nail that one lap. I think actually the physics are amazing, and I think they have the potential with this early version to be up there with Gran Turismo, if not slightly surpassing them. In terms of what's available at the moment, I think this is really up there. I was really impressed actually.
I wasn't bowled over by the graphics. I mean, they're nice enough, but that's not what I've seen in the trailers, so I'm hoping this is like super early. The sound, however, is brilliant. They've gone to the effort of recording proper engine noises, because something I've noticed with Gran Turismo is that you can drive, say, a Jag V8 and then jump into an Aston V8 or a BMW V8, and they sound quite similar. Each engine has its own different characteristics, and they are very, very different. That sounds amazing. The gearbox, it's a proper racing gearbox, and when you upshift it, it gives a little which is wicked. It sounds like a proper racing car. I want to play more of it, I want to see it a bit further along the line, but from that, there is definite promise to be something that's going to make Gran Turismo look a little bit child's play.